Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The tackle by Robert Quinn. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Wait a second.
On second down, Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That good for 19 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Here comes Grant on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Leopard! Leopard!
Four down.
On second down, it's It's Drake, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Back to throw here. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Drake. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He'll drop to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They'll set up a throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Rawls. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Thomas Rawls, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive helmet.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here we go, 47.
3 down.
26.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Single receiver.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To the air again, Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Switch.
And again, it's Prescott. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? It's a keeper with Prescott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott, his 17th touchdown now on the season, and the Cowboys are in for 6. And his kick is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Prescott forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. The give is to Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
26.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And an alley to run. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd down, Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys have broken the tie.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka. Fitzpatrick. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro. They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure. And he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the second quarter in Detroit. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Throwing, Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
A first down carry by Elliott. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Hey, that is right. Watch that in. Hey.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. A dump off to Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone, gone,
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
56. 4 down. Gone.
Now White with a first down throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Off play action, here's White. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And he finds Stills, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The first throw for the backup Lynch. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Buying time to his left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the left side, this is Stills. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. White. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
10th carry now for Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
White on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's White. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll drop to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. To throw on second down, here's White. Man open left side is Brown. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big hitter that time in the punt game. 60. Six yards on the boot. And out will come the offense as they take over. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Over!
White now, off the bootleg. Now White lost the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gun!
To throw, White. Knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Here's Lynch. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. White. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On the give, this is Drake. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Right back to Drake. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Lynch. And it's caught by Parker. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Dolphins on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a handoff for Drake. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Got a quick flash about being in their huddle. Whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words: make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game.